Yeah, I'm going to protect my peace, but this has been on my heart. This has been weighing on my heart because I didn't know that this was a big deal.
Oh my God! Can you believe what's happening right now? Nell Fletcher has finally had enough and she is putting everything on the table. And let me tell you, Destiny Peyton's pristine image is absolutely crumbling before our very eyes. If you've been following this drama saga at all, you just knew this moment was inevitable. For years, Destiny has been playing this poor little victim card, making everyone believe she's just innocently living her life while constantly under attack from haters. But Nell, she's been sitting back, watching everything unfold, collecting receipts like it's her job, and honey, she just got a promotion, and we're not talking about some vague he said she said accusations here. Nell is coming armed with the real tea, screenshots, voice messages, first-hand accounts, evidence that completely flips this entire narrative upside down. The internet literally went into shock when Nell started dropping these bombshells. Turns out Miss Innocent Destiny wasn't just caught up in drama, she was the puppet master creating it all along. Messages that totally contradict everything she's ever said publicly are now surfacing, exposing how she played both sides, manipulated situations like chess pieces, and even turned against people she once called her closest friends. And trust me, this is just the beginning. The deeper we dive into this mess, the more disturbing it gets.
Look at his foolishness, how he stepped his away from the picture, so his messy PR, whoever you are, yes, with your mess, yes, Martell set me up.
For years, and I mean years, Destiny Peyton has crafted this perfect image of herself as the misunderstood victim. She's always made it seem like the entire world is against her. Whether it was falling out with friends, facing criticism online, or dealing with personal conflicts, her story never changed. Poor Destiny is being attacked. Poor Destiny is just trying to live her life, and everyone else is just out to get her for no reason. She literally built her entire brand around this narrative. Every single time she got caught up in some drama, the routine was predictable. Rush to social media, post a tearful video with perfect camera angles, claim she's being unfairly targeted, and watch her army of defenders assemble. And for the longest time, it worked. People sympathized with her, defended her relentlessly, and absolutely dragged anyone who dared question her version of events. But behind those perfectly filtered Instagram posts and calculated sob stories, a completely different reality was unfolding. It wasn't that Destiny was always the innocent victim. She was the mastermind pulling all the strings. She was planting stories, stirring up drama like it was her morning coffee, playing both sides of every situation while somehow always emerging with her halo intact. While some people had their suspicions that something wasn't adding up with Destiny's constant victimhood, no one had concrete proof to actually call her out until now. That all changed when Nell Fletcher decided enough was enough. Nell had been watching from the sidelines, keeping quiet while Destiny spun her elaborate web of lies. But now, she is done staying silent, and she's not just throwing around accusations, she's bringing cold, hard evidence. We're talking receipts on receipts, screenshots, voice messages, first-hand accounts that completely demolish Destiny's carefully crafted narrative.
I do not like when people think I'm being messy. Hell, if I'm being messy, I tell you I'm being messy. I'd be the first person to tell you that I'm being messy. But in this situation, I was not messy. Nothing I done was messy.
When Nell started revealing the truth, the internet was literally left speechless. This wasn't some petty argument or vague call-out post. This was a full-blown exposé that nobody saw coming. First came the screenshots, text messages where Destiny was caught red-handed, talking behind people's backs, setting up fake drama for attention, and even encouraging her loyal followers to attack specific people online. And these weren't old messages taken out of context. These were direct conversations that completely contradicted things Destiny had said publicly. Then came the voice recordings that made everyone's jaw drop. In one clip, Destiny was heard laughing bragging about how ridiculously easy it was to manipulate her audience into believing her sob stories. In another, she was caught discussing exactly how she could twist situations to make herself look like the victim when she was actually the instigator. But the most shocking part? Those text messages that absolutely destroyed everything Destiny has ever claimed publicly. She always insisted she was blindsided by betrayals, but these messages showed she was the one orchestrating them all along. She had meticulously planned how to make others look bad, how to twist the truth to serve her narrative, and how to ensure she always emerged looking innocent and wronged. At this point, it became crystal clear. Destiny wasn't just playing the victim, she was planning everything down to the last tear while making sure her fans felt sorry enough to defend her. And Nell's bombshell receipts were just the beginning of this unraveling. Private messages revealed how Destiny trashed people she publicly called friends, the same people she claimed to love and support. Behind closed doors, she was bad-mouthing them relentlessly. Some messages even showed her plotting ways to take them down, while pretending to be their biggest cheerleader in public. Then came the leaked audio conversations that left everyone stunned. Destiny caught making shady deals just to stay relevant. She was heard discussing how to create fake controversies to keep her name trending, how to manipulate certain people into standing by her side, and even how to use her loyal followers as weapons against anyone who dared criticize her. And the domino effect that followed was wild. Once Nell spoke out, suddenly everyone started coming forward. More former friends, exes, supporters, and even people who had worked professionally with Destiny. They all shared the same story. She had manipulated them, lied to them, and used them just to maintain her pristine public image. It was like watching a house of cards collapse in real time. One person stepped forward, then another, and another. Suddenly, Destiny wasn't the poor, misunderstood victim anymore. She was exposed as the mastermind behind the very chaos she claimed to be running from.
I'm not gonna sit on the phone with a woman that I know is cheating with my man. I'm just not gonna do that. Watching them interact, watching them have conversations is like watching her teach this woman how she wants them to operate. And I said that to her. I just really can't sit in a room with someone that will lie to my face.
Just when Destiny thought things couldn't possibly get worse, one of her closest allies completely turned on her. This wasn't just some random ex-friend or a bitter former associate. This was someone who had been fighting in Destiny's corner through everything, defending her even when evidence started piling up against her. But at some point, even they couldn't ignore reality anymore. The lies, the manipulation, the way Destiny twisted truth like it was clay in her hands to fit whatever narrative benefited her. It all became too much to ignore. And when this ally finally had enough, they didn't just quietly walk away, they exposed everything. They revealed that Destiny had been collecting personal information about her own friends like some twisted diary and using it against them whenever it suited her agenda. She wasn't just talking behind people's backs, she was actively sabotaging them. If someone started getting too much attention, Destiny would spread vicious rumors to bring them down. If someone dared question her motives, she'd find ways to make them look like the villain. And the most disturbing part? While doing all this, she maintained her innocent, victimized persona in public, smiling in people's faces, pretending to support them, then destroying them the moment they weren't useful to her anymore. When this former ally came forward, they held nothing back. They brought their own receipts, messages, voice notes, screenshots of conversations where Destiny was caught setting people up. Fans who had been on the fence before couldn't deny it anymore. The betrayal was real, and Destiny had been completely exposed. So how did Destiny react? Did she own up to her actions? Apologize? Try to make things right? Of course not. Instead, she did what manipulators always do. She flipped the script. She immediately went on the defensive, claiming Nell and everyone exposing her were just jealous haters trying to ruin her for no reason. She even suggested this was some kind of organized attack against her. But here's the thing. When you're facing actual proof, the "they're just jealous" excuse falls apart fast. Destiny wasn't just dealing with accusations, she was dealing with receipts, screenshots, recordings, first-hand accounts, things that couldn't be brushed off as petty drama. Instead of gaining sympathy, Destiny's weak defense only made everything worse. Fans who had been standing by her started questioning everything. People who once defended her were now looking back at all her past controversies with fresh eyes. Suddenly, all those times Destiny played the victim didn't seem so convincing anymore, and just when it seemed things couldn't possibly get any worse, Nell decided to drop the final bombshell. If you thought Destiny was just lying about drama, Nell Nell's last revelation proved her deception went even deeper than anyone expected. It wasn't just the backstabbing and manipulation. There were inconsistencies in Destiny's entire life story. Nell presented proof that Destiny had lied about her age, her relationships, and even some of the struggles she had used to gain sympathy from fans. Stories Destiny shared in past interviews weren't matching up with new information. She had rewritten her own history so many times that when people started digging, the cracks were impossible to ignore. Fans started pulling up old clips, comparing past statements, and realizing just how much of Destiny's image was built on lies. Some of her biggest claims were now exposed as completely fabricated or massively exaggerated. At this point, Destiny wasn't just facing backlash for drama. Her entire credibility was collapsing, and with every new revelation, it became clear there was absolutely no coming back from this.
How y'all doing this morning?
Better than you.
I am here at...
What's that? What is that?
the Madison County Courthouse. About to turn myself in. And look who's always with me. My dad.
Okay.
My rider. Always. I hate this for him more than anything.
Me too.
Thing through it all is I've learned that I'm one of God's strongest soldiers.
Now that Destiny's web of lies has been completely exposed, there's one burning question on everyone's mind. Where does this leave Lance? He's been caught in the middle of this mess for what feels like forever, constantly stuck between his mother and Destiny. At times, he seemed to defend Destiny no matter what, but with all this damning information now out in the open, will he finally open his eyes to the truth, or will he choose to stand by her even when the evidence is staring him right in the face? Some fans believe he's already starting to distance himself. They've been analyzing his social media activity like detectives and noticed significant changes, less engagement with Destiny, fewer public defenses of her actions, and even some cryptic posts that seem to hint at growing frustration. Could it be that he's finally realizing Destiny isn't who she claimed to be all this time? But then there's the other possibility that has everyone worried. What if Destiny isn't going to let him go that easily? She's proven she knows how to manipulate people like puppets, and she's shown time and time again that she'll do whatever it takes to keep people in her corner. So what's her next move going to be? Some people think she might try to guilt-trip Lance, framing herself as the real victim once again. Others believe she'll come up with one final desperate stunt to shift the narrative in her favor. She'll pick a fight, leak something personal about Lance's mother to turn him against her, or start playing on his emotions by acting like she's been abandoned by everyone. One fan commented, "Lance better wake up before he ends up just like the rest. Used, betrayed, and thrown away when he's no longer useful." Another added, "If he's smart, he'll cut ties now. Destiny doesn't care about anyone but herself." Whatever happens next, one thing is crystal clear. Lance is in an impossible position. If he sticks by Destiny, he risks going down with her sinking ship. If he finally breaks away, he might have to face the painful truth that he's been blind to her manipulation this entire time. This isn't just some minor scandal that will blow over in a week. This is the kind of explosive expose that changes everything. Destiny's reputation is hanging by the thinnest thread, and unless she somehow pulls off a miracle, there is absolutely no coming back from this level of deception. So now I need to hear from you. Do you think Destiny has been playing everyone like fiddles this whole time? And how do you think Nell should handle this situation moving forward? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want to stay updated on this unfolding drama.